This episode of the podcast is powered by CaliforniaAvocadosDirect.com. Order online farm fresh California avocados, hand picked, hand packed, and delivered straight to your door. It's avocado flavor and quality you won't find in stores. Welcome to the Athletic School podcast. Today, I want to talk to you guys about why I decided to do an Ironman. It's going to be a half Ironman, so it's an Ironman 70.3. But anyway, I want to jump into the reasons that made me decide on doing an Ironman after playing soccer my entire life, and why maybe you should consider doing an Ironman or something of that size. Quick break before we get back to the show. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the Athletic School podcast. It means the world to me. Second, in whatever platform you might be listening to this, if you could hit that follow or subscribe button, that would mean the world to me as well. It's just the beginning, but it already feels like something special. And if you do that, I promise you that with all my energy, I'll bring the best guest speaker as possible, and I'll keep sharing all the lessons I have learned through this journey to make you a better person on and off the field. Now, let's get back to the show. The biggest thing for me is to challenge myself, to challenge my identity, right? As a soccer player, I never thought about running. I hated running, and I was a goalkeeper, so running for me was like my worst nightmare. Um, Once I was almost done playing college soccer, I got a little bit into running, and it got to the point that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do an Ironman because I think this is gonna challenge me to the extent that I need to. After I was done playing soccer, I was playing recreational soccer here and there. But after you play college, it's kind of easy in a way when you play recreational soccer because you still have that feeling of trying to win no matter what. But at the end of the day, the people around you, they don't have the same mindset. They don't have the same mentality. So honestly, I got frustrated. I get frustrated when I'm playing recreational soccer and some of the other guys are not taking as serious as I am, and that's not their fault. It's my fault that I get frustrated. Uh, but the biggest thing for me is after soccer, I felt like there was something left in me, and I had to get back to the grind in a way. And when I mean the grind is, to get back to the sport itself. Um, and it wasn't about soccer. It was about challenging myself and figuring out how could I get there. Signing up for an Ironman gave me that edge back, gave me that feeling that like, okay, I'm preparing for something now, and I'm looking forward to something. And the Ironman, it's kind of tricky because you sign up and you decide that you're gonna do so far back that you have to train, and if you don't train, you're gonna pay the price in the day of the competition. And I mean, I haven't done it yet, so I might pay that price, I might not. Anyway, I don't think it's gonna be easy at all, but it's a mental battle, honestly, every single day, trying to decide, do I rest or do I push? Do I rest or do I push? Right? And when it comes to the Ironman, to triathlon itself, it's very complicated because if I don't push now, on the day of the race, the day of the event, I'm gonna have to push harder and harder, and it might get to a point that I might not even finish if I'm not prepared enough. And one of the biggest things for me is doing something hard was something that was always important for me. I believe that we have to take the path that it is the less traveled path, and we have to challenge ourselves because again, it's not about the finish line, it's about the process. And you guys can see on my shirt, trust the process, because through the process much is gained. The other reason that I decided to do an Ironman was, like I mentioned slightly before, it's about the mental edge, it's about the mindset, the mentality of doing something hard. But not because I want to do an Ironman and I wanted to be in shape and things like that. No, it's because I knew that training my brain, training my mind to push when my brain is telling me to stop, that will help me in my professional life. It will help me in any other areas of my life. So That was honestly one of the biggest things for me. It's not only about doing something hard to push my body, but also to push my mind, because at the end of the day, it is a mental battle. You know, the alarm goes off, your brain is like, ah, I'm tired, I want to stay in bed. But again, it's time to get up and do the work. The Ironman, it isn't about the race day itself. It's about the process. It's about who you becoming, who you are preparing for, right? Because again, it's 6 long hours when it comes to the race day, but it takes months and months to prepare. You have to swim, you have to bike, you have to run. And trust me, if your running form, if your swimming form, if your biking form is not correct, those things will come out because you're going to be there for so long, especially running. In biking, that if you're not prepared, those things will come out. Pain's gonna show up. You're probably gonna get injured. So you have to learn how to deal with those things. And the biggest takeaway for me is, I can talk to you guys as much as I want in terms of motivation and discipline, but listening to me won't make you having a better mindset, having a stronger mindset. You have to get out there and push yourself to a certain extreme in order to grow. Remember, there is no growth in the comfort zone. The other thing for me is, a lot of athletes that they retire, and that goes from college to professional athletes. They seek comfort, and I think that's normal. That's human for us. We're always seeking being comfortable, right? We want to be comfortable. We want to eat something that it's nice, it's sweet. We don't really want to eat healthy all the time and all of that. Um, so I think for me, it was about finding a challenge, right? And maybe after that, I'll have to find another challenge. Maybe I'll have to do something else. And again, you don't have to go do an Ironman. I think you should go if you can, because it will put you through things that you didn't think you were possible of doing, but you are. Because if you can believe, you can achieve. As a vegan and a hybrid athlete, training for an Ironman, what I really eat matters. That's why I have partnered with CaliforniaAvocadosDirect.com. They deliver fresh hand-picked avocados straight from their family farm in California to your door. No processing, no storage, just straight from the tree to your table. Throughout the year, they grow different kinds of avocados, like Reed, Fuerte, and of course, Hass. Every order comes with 100% satisfaction guarantee. And what I like the most is that you can even subscribe so you never run out of real food packed with vitamins, minerals to support how you train and recover. Check them out and use the code TheAthleticSchool at checkout to get 10% off. Check the show notes for the link. Also, a big thanks to CaliforniaAvocadosDirect.com for backing my training and believing on the mission. Now, let's get back to the show. And another thing is, being comfortable, it's extremely dangerous. It makes you forget who you are. It makes you weak. It makes you small. You stop growing. And again, if you're not growing, you are just not only getting stuck, but you're getting behind. If you're not getting better, you're getting behind. Trust me. It's not about, oh, I just want to stay here and that's okay. Well, trust me, you're getting behind. It's not about maintaining. It's either you're growing or you're going down. You don't have to feel ready to do an Ironman. You don't have to train and like, okay, now I think I can do an Ironman. I can do something hard. I can go run a half marathon or a marathon. No, sign up, make the commitment, and then start training and start doing the things. And again, I'm talking about an Ironman, and those are the reasons that I decided to do. But maybe you should go for a 5K, maybe you should go for a 10K, maybe a half marathon, maybe a marathon, something like that. But again, challenge yourself. If you can run 5K, don't sign up for a 5K. Sign up for a 10K. If you can run a 10K easily, dude, don't. Just go for a half marathon, and keep pushing yourself, because there's so much more that you can do, but you are always comfortable, you're always scared, and that's dangerous. We don't want to become that. And And I want you guys to understand that you can do whatever you want to do in your life. Maybe, maybe you don't believe that, but I think if your mind it's in the right place, you'll figure things out. And a few weeks ago, I did a podcast about the acre of diamonds. We have all the answers we need. We just have to ask the right questions. Sometimes we are not asking the right questions. And it all comes down to mindset. Try to learn new things. Don't stay in that little bubble that you live in. And trust me, it's complicated. Sometimes we are in an environment that we are not even realizing who we are becoming. But you guys probably heard that we are the average of the 5 people that we are closest by. Well, sometimes we don't even notice that, but the reality is that is happening, you being aware or not. And my tip, my advice to you is become aware and get out of that comfort zone. Because if you want to grow, if you want to become something better, and again, it's not about winning, guys. It's not about winning. It's not necessarily about getting a medal. It's not about showing off that that I got a backpack for the Ironman, I got a medal. Trust me, those things are very cool. But again, those things they come and go, right? What stays is your mindset, the way that you handle pressure, the way that you handle the challenge, and how you adapt to things. And if you can do those things, if you can push through those things, if you can seek discomfort voluntarily, trust me, whenever challenges come to your life, you'll be ready for them. Thanks for listening. Make sure you follow the Athletic School on Spotify, on YouTube. We are in all social platforms. Um, I'm always posting things on Instagram, so stay tuned for more there. One of the main things for me in during this journey, it's been about eating right because I have to recover faster than I think I needed. And eating the right things, it's very important. I'm very glad, I'm very thankful for this partnership with California Avocados Direct. So go check it out, use the 10% off, and enjoy. The Ironman, it isn't about the finish line. It's about everything that breaks and rebuilds through the process. And I want that, I need that, and maybe you do too.